Welcome to the Beauty and You podcast, a safe place created for all women to come relax, get inspired, and be constantly reminded that they have not lost the ability to be who they once were. Join us as we dive into the true meaning of rediscovery through inspiring guests and topics such as healing, self-love, and creating a positive mindset. So sit back, relax, and get comfortable as we dive into this week's episode. Here's your host, ChiQuita Mack.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Beauty in You podcast. I am so excited because we are heading to my home state, y'all. We're going all the way to Georgia. So get ready for this one. Our guest is the center stage of the fashion world. Her mantra is faith over fear. And our guest isn't just any model. She's been featured 7 times in magazines, 3 of those internationally. And if you're tuned in to Miss Fashion's Global Quest for the Crown, you've probably seen her shine as one of the top 3 spotlight models. You can catch this thrilling series on platforms like Amazon Prime Video. In her own words, she sums up her approach to life. Every day, I wake up in great expectation of being confidently, fabulously, fiercely me. Y'all get ready for the one and only Sha-Abria Williams, the model. Welcome to the Beauty and You podcast, Mama.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, ChiQuita.
Listen, I am so excited and so honored that you're even willing to share your story and your journey with me. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to even be here.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. And thank you again for having me.
Yes. So you already know, girl, the beauty in you. We're talking about all that beauty we already have, but I really love to dive deep into your rediscovery journey, Mama. So please take us on your journey.
Oh, absolutely. Again, my name is Sha-Abria Williams. I'm a model. I'm 42 years old and I'm from beautiful Macon, Georgia. So me and ChiQuita are both Georgia girls, Georgia peaches. And I'm so happy to be here. I'll start off by saying mine started the passing of my mother. So about 5 years, really 6 years. I say 5, but it's really 6 because the first year we went without a diagnosis. But I lost my mom in November of 2017 to stage 4 colon cancer. And that devastated me really bad, really bad. I had to really dig deep into my faith. My mother was a minister and her name was Miss Cynthia Faye Murphy. She always taught me the word of God, and her motto was always faith over fear. That's what helped her to get through her battle with colon cancer. And I took that same thing, applied it to my life, and I began to just start recording myself on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, wherever I can share that story. I'm inspiring, I'm motivating to let others know that they are not alone. And so it's grown over the years, and I'm very happy about it.
Yes, it definitely has grown. And just your willingness to even share that and to take, a part of your mom to keep her living, every day. You're right. Every post you put, everything that you record, you have that model there. And so I know she's smiling at you and she's so super proud of you, but you are definitely leading the way for others who may have gone through something like that and they just don't really know how to deal, cope, or even go on because everyone's grieving process is completely different.
Yes.
Completely different. I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to someone that may have gone through something similar to your story and what motivation you would give them to continue to go on and make your dreams come true?
Oh, that's an awesome question. My advice would be don't be so hard on yourself. I went through my mind and I began to think, I said, if I feel this way, then someone else has to. And so that's what started me to start encouraging people who need to hear that, to know that they're not alone. Don't be so hard on yourself. Trust the process one day at a time because grief is a very strong adversary. Try to take care of yourself through self-care. Yes, get your nails done, your hair done. That's awesome. But take it further by, for me, prayer is really good because that's my upbringing, my belief in Jesus Christ. So prayer, just meditating, writing things down, your emotions, and go back and see your progress. Also, talk to someone, whether it be your loved one, someone that you trust really closely, or professional. That's my advice.
I agree with all of that. Especially writing down. Like I find so much power in journaling. I'm really big
Hmm.
on that because not only is it a way for you to get your feelings out, because sometimes we don't always have the words right away. And so we need to
Right.
just write it down freely without worrying about any grammar, anything, just getting it out
Hmm.
there. But it's also good to go back and see how far you've come.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
reminder.
Yeah,
Yes. Mhm.
absolutely. And I know for my rediscovery journey, I really focused on the journaling aspect of it because I just needed to know like what were my trigger words, what was I feeling when I smelt certain things. And then just
Yes.
to go back and look and be like, girl, you was going through it, but you all right now.
Look at you now, though. You are awesome.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So I do think that is extremely important. I know that, you are the model and you're doing great things as a model, but I want to know what was your inspiration to wanting to become a model?
Oh, wow. So you are so good. That's a good question. Coming up as a kid, as far back as I remember, I always used to get Barbie dolls for Christmas and on my birthday. And I would look at one year I got like this case and it had so many clothes to it for Barbie. And I would just play with it and change out what different look I would want the doll to have on. And even in my clothes as a little kid, I would do that. And so I really didn't get the full scope until I got older, but that's what inspired me. And that was always kind of like an escape for me as well. And so at the age of 14, I was walking through my mall, my local mall, and this guy came up to me. And I've always been kind of shy, but as time that went on, I done opened up a little bit. But
Yeah.
he gave me his card and he said, have you ever thought about modeling? I love your look.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, I never really thought about it. I went home and told my mom, and I really didn't take it as serious then because I was so young. But when I went to my first audition at my local mall again, 18, and the rest is history. Like it just ignited everything. I love the passion of for the industry. I love the lights, the camera, the action, the stage. I love being one on one with the camera, with the photographer. Just, the whole thing is what inspired me.
And you do it so well. You are Barbie. You're so beautiful.
Thank you. You are too.
Thank you.
You
I
are too.
appreciate that. I love to see us like just representing. And my daughter saw a picture of me. She's like, she's pretty.
Oh, so sweet.
So I'm just like, thank you. She's awesome. She's a model. You can do this too. So I love that you
Yes.
are just being such, that of a role model for our young girls, for the girls that look like us. You're
That
showing
look like her.
us that
Yes.
we can do it, no matter
We can
what, we
do
can
it.
definitely make our dreams come true,
Yes.
no matter how young they start and as we continue to get older. So I just want to say thank you for continuously being an inspiration with that.
You welcome. You are so welcome.
In your journey as a model, is there any challenges that you may have faced? And if so, what were they and how did you overcome them?
Yes. So getting back to us, we are represented, I feel, enough, but there are changes in the industry. Even just subtle changes like, from just us to height to weight, all that is changing. It's slowly but surely it's evolving. So one of the challenges I had was I wasn't light enough as a model. I'm not the darkest girl, but I'm the brightest on the spectrum. So yeah, they were looking for a light girl that looks like us with the soft curly hair, and I have 4C hair. Of course, I have on a wig right now, but I have a afro. So it depends. Don't let that get to you. I want to encourage our young ladies and our young gentlemen. Don't let that get to you. Keep persevering because if you aren't the right fit for that company, for what they're looking for, there is an audience for you. And I want to speak briefly again. You mentioned age. I'm 42 years old, and I've been doing this since I was 18. So even that is changing because there's models older than me, and they're still modeling. So it's all about mindset, about what you believe. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I was hoping you would touch on that part of our skin tone because
Yes.
I remember, growing up in the South and hearing things like, "Oh, you cute for a dark skinned girl."
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
what does that even mean? Like, and it took me a minute to even be like, what are they even talking about? But as you go older, you start to see the difference. Like, oh, okay, I get what you mean. No, I'm cute, period.
Exactly. Like,
Exclamation
what do you
point.
mean? To me, that's a backhanded compliment. Why can't I
Yes.
just be cute without all the extra stuff?
Right. Right. So like hearing that all
Mhm,
the time, you're cute for a dark skinned girl, or
mhm.
even like, your hair, like, I have my twist in, but hair
Yes.
not being as straight as others. That's one of the things that
Mhm,
I do remember growing up and just constantly
mhm,
like fighting with myself because we talk about, rediscovery and being confident in who you
mhm.
are. Like as a young girl, I was not who I am now because I had those
No, me
struggles
either.
of like being
Mhm,
pretty enough and trying to fit into the crowd and trying to
mhm.
blend instead of now I'm just like, no, this is who I am. You either like it or you don't. I don't know what to say. You
You either
know?
like it or
So,
you don't. And
yeah.
I wanna touch on the hair. I've had that issue too. I've gone to, calls or assignments where they didn't know what to do with my hair, or they didn't know how to make makeup, because in modeling, there's no way you're getting around not having your makeup or your hair done. That's part of, the industry.
Hmm.
And, so I wear wigs, not because I don't like my own hair, but for protection for not being damaged. And also it's a quick look, like if they want curly, if they want straight, if they want a bob, if they're long. So that's why, I wear a lot of wigs as well. But again, I say embrace your natural beauty. Mhm.
Embrace it and love who you are. But yeah, that is important to think about. Like, yeah, I'm going to these go sees and I'm doing all this running around, but y'all don't even have nobody to cater to me.
To those, yeah. So now I get where I take my own little makeup case. You're a model, stay ready. Girl, if
Hmm.
you ain't got my match, I got it for you. Here it
Yeah.
is.
I've heard that before with one of my previous guests on here. Is like, as a model, you have got to stay ready. Like, you've got to have your
Stay ready.
bag with you with
Mhm.
everything in there, like just in case you
Everything.
go somewhere and they don't have it. Be like, it's okay. No, no, you're not putting that on me. I
Yeah.
got it.
Like, yep, sis, I got it.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I got you. That's so
Right.
interesting. That is so interesting. I think that it's important to talk about confidence and to talk about self-love. What are some ways you've used to really focus on keeping your confidence and pouring into yourself, even through all of the challenges you may have had in your career and even in your life on your rediscovery journey?
My thing is all about clearing my mind,
Mhm.
because that's where everything starts and ends, your mindset. So I like to get quiet. Everyone is different. Someone
Mhm.
might like, noise or whatever. But at a certain part of the day, I like to get quiet and I like to focus on my day, how it went, what did I contribute to anyone today? Because for me, beauty is more than just the outside. It's on the inside that's what's most important. Are you helping someone? It doesn't always have to be just about giving money or something, but of your time, of your service. Did you do anything? Did you speak to someone today and give them a hello? And you just never know how far that takes someone. They could be going through something and you not even know it, because you smiled. It gave them a little hope for that day. So I like to clear my mind. Like you say, I like to journal, I like to write things down. I do love to listen to music, something that's gonna pour into me though, something that's inspirational. And I love motivational speaking. I listen to this guy. His name is Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. I love him, so I'll put that on and listen to that. Just different things like that. Just keeping my energy intact and my focus, because focus kills out distractions.
Yes. Yes, I
Mhm,
think it's so important. And the one thing that you said, being that of the mindset, like
mhm.
our mind is so powerful. And I didn't learn that until my older years,
Yeah.
how much like the thought process, like whatever you're pouring into your brain and whatever you're feeding your brain really makes a difference. And it's going to determine how far you go. And the second that you are determined enough to realize, like, hey, I'm not feeding my brain any negativity, I'm going to use positive affirmations and I'm going to make sure I clean out my closet, not necessarily talking about clothes, but that can be include people
Right.
too, you
Hmm.
know, how different your life can be.
Yes.
Like
It's
the
so true.
mind can carry you so many places, and everything that you tell yourself to do, tell it and do the action. Like don't just say it and don't do the action. You gotta do the action too. But
Right.
everything that you
I
tell,
love that. I love
yeah,
that. That is
you
so
have to do
true.
the action. Everything you
Mhm,
tell yourself and put in the
mhm.
work, it's definitely going to come true. So the
Yes.
mindset definitely plays a role no matter where we are, I think,
Mhm.
in our rediscovery journey.
I do too. I agree. Yes.
Yeah. So it just amazes me. Like I just always get so blown away when I hear everyone's story. I'm like, I'm so proud of you guys. And I just want you to
Oh,
understand how strong you are. And it's not in the essence of always hearing the black woman strong, because you know how much we be called, you strong, girl, you strong.
girl, we
You be
got
like,
the
I don't want to
cape
hear
and
that.
everything, don't we?
I don't want to hear that. But
Like,
it's in right. It's frustrating. Um,
yes, it is.
it is.
Because that's the thing. You don't always have to be strong because we are human.
Yes.
Like, it's a compliment, but at the same time, I want to be relatable to people for them to know you're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but hey, we're trying.
Hmm.
Mhm,
That part. And
mhm,
I try to use that word strong and strength in
mhm.
different ways. Like if my daughter cries, I'm like, you're so strong for crying, right? Like
Yes.
I don't want her to ever grow up feeling like the strong black woman, which is carrying everything on your back and you just keep everything all in
Mhm,
and you don't even cry and you don't put on a face and you don't go to therapy. It's like, no, we
mhm.
breaking all of them things, like
Oh,
all of those curses, because we
yes.
are human. And I don't know why they think the black woman can just take it and just be
Just take it.
fine.
And guess what? I'm so glad you said that. I had to learn that because when my mom passed, I became the young matriarch of my family. I lost my mom at 35,
Mhm.
3 weeks prior to my birthday. My birthday is also in November. And I have one brother, no sisters. And I felt like I had to be there for my brother and my kids. And it was just not just her passing, but so many other events that happened from 2017, even up until 2022. I lost my nephew. He was
Mm.
only 14 years old to suicide. And Chiquita, it is one thing to lose my mom, but I knew she was, sick from the cancer. But
Mhm.
this came out of left field. Like
Yeah.
we didn't even see this coming. So I want to stress the importance of mental illness, and not to say he didn't have, a good mind, but just you never know what a person is keeping bottled up in them. Because he was really sweet, very reserved, and he was a quiet, humble young man, very loving. And so maybe he didn't always know how to express how he felt on the inside. And so I want to encourage anyone, not just with your children, but anyone that's close to you, just sit down and have a conversation and just listen. So yeah, it was really tough, but like I said, I dug deep within my faith and I stuck to that motto, faith over fear. Yes, fear may be present, but using my faith and using the tools that been given in my life, that I got through it. And I'm still getting through it. I'm still learning and growing and evolving every day.
Yes. Absolutely. Each and every day we're learning. And that's why the
Yes.
rediscovery journey is beautiful, because it's a circle. It's like,
Hmm.
we're always learning different parts of ourselves. And I call it a tool bag. Like when I talk to my clients, I'm like, hey, we're building your tool bag that you have around with you each and every day. And every time something happens, you're going to go in your tool bag and pull it out, because this is how we're
Pull
going
it
to
out.
handle it. Because you're
Yes.
not going to get over it and it's never going to go away. It's going to always be there. But we just
Yes.
want to learn the tools to be able to deal
Yes.
with certain things. And one thing, so I have a story. It's not a suicide,
Hmm.
but my nephew
Hmm.
passed away at 22,
Hmm.
and he was coming home from work and he crashed into a tree
Mm. Oh.
and died instantly on the spot. And so there's a
Hmm.
couple parts in that. One with that being my baby, and that was
Yes.
just really difficult to deal with. And then two, the pressure that I felt that my family put on my shoulders when we talk
Yes.
about
So
being
you
strong,
understand.
because we
Mhm.
went home, like as soon as I found out that morning, I got on a plane that day. I was like, we
Mhm.
gotta go home, we gotta go to grandma's house. And my grandmother would not do anything, because she takes care of the boys, because his mom actually passed away at 33.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I tell you my family has gone through, and that was like
Yes.
my auntie sister. That was my
Mhm.
aunt, but that was like my sister. And she used to think I was like the smartest person in the world. Like anything I did, she'd be like, I know you're just so smart. I'm like, what? Like, but that was my baby. So that was hard. But my grandmother wouldn't do anything until I got there, which was
Mhm,
baffling because I didn't know until I got
mhm.
there. She's like,
So you got
okay,
there.
okay, Keita, here you go. You got to fill this out for the funeral home. And I'm like, huh? Oh, and there was like, grandma wouldn't
Grandma
do.
knows that
Yeah.
you do have that strength, Chiquita.
I was
You
like,
do.
Lord, okay, this what we doing. So I kind of did it, and at that time though, I didn't show as much emotion as I probably could
Yes.
have because I felt that I needed to be that for my grandma.
Yes. So
Yes.
you totally understand. And yes, like you, my nephew was my baby because he has a sister, my niece, of course, and I'm there for her. And my brother, all of them are my babies. They're grown and my niece is a teenager, but they're all my babies. But I
Mhm.
don't have any children of my own at the moment. I am married. I've been married for 22 years to the love of my life.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nathan Williams. But no, we don't have any children as of yet. So my nieces and nephews are my babies. So that one, it really took a lot out of me. And I had to get quiet in that one. And that was the first time that I went and sought therapy. So it goes back to what you're saying. We don't seek therapy. I tell anyone, please go and get help if you need it. Because with my mom, I didn't seek therapy, but with my nephew, I did.
Mhm.
I had to. It was just too much of a load on my mind.
Therapy is so important. I'm a big therapy pusher, even though I wasn't at first because
Mhm,
of
mhm.
the Black girl stigma.
Yes,
I just can't get away from it. Like,
you
you,
just
you
can't.
try to talk to your family members who don't really understand, and
Mhm.
then they're like, don't go talk to them people and tell them fuck your business, girl. You're not crazy, right?
Ah, girl, how do you know? How do you?
We, yes.
You know what? I can say that I do have one aunt that I want to mention. Her name is Deborah. And although, like I said, that I felt like I became the young matriarch of my family, my immediate family, God always has a plan. He always knows just what you're going to need. And he knew I needed that old school wisdom. And I didn't have my mom in the physical anymore, but he left my aunt. She has been a pillar in me and my brother's life and in my mom's grandchildren's life. No matter what, she's there. She gives us that comfort, that physical comfort of like having our mom. And she's done an awesome job of it. And if she gets a chance to listen to this, which I'm quite sure she will, I love you,
Yeah.
Auntie. Thank you so much.
Oh, hi, auntie. I love that. I love that so much. And we do need that old school voice, like
Yes.
that wisdom to pull us through.
Mhm.
I'm just so proud of you. I really
I
am.
am of you
I
too, and
want,
I'm
and
so glad that I met you.
yes, girl, listen, when I'm in Georgia, we're gonna have to make it work.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to come
Have a
see you,
girls'
dear.
day.
You already know I'm coming to Macon. Watch out.
Yeah, we can check out the new amphitheater. We just got one here earlier
Oh,
this year. Yes, girl, I went and heard Anthony Hamilton. Oh,
how was it?
he is so awesome. Leela James and Johnny Gill, they all did a great job. I think I went
Oh,
about 2 weekends ago. That was earlier in March. I want to say
oh,
March, early April. Yeah.
yep. I'm coming. So
Yes,
letting you know now. Clear your calendar.
yes. It's the date. Shake it off.
I do want to talk about just the importance of building, and you already kind of touched a little bit on it, but for others who may not have any pillars to necessarily lean on as they go through major things in their life, such as dealing with, grief or even dealing with depression, what advice would you give them as far as finding those pillars or those support groups?
Oh wow, that's a good question. See, that's why I say you're good. um, um, I would like to say for the person that's like that, because there are people out there that doesn't maybe necessarily have a lot of family or even a lot of friends. There are resources out there to help guys. I know when I first lost my mom, they sent a pamphlet, and even when I lost my nephew, the services were there. those people, they may not be family by bloodline, but they are there standing in the gap to help you. All you have to do is just reach out. And this is the year where I've chosen to do more in charity myself because of people that are like that. We need people who will stand on the front line and say, hey, I'll be your family. I'm here to support, to inspire, to motivate. So there are services out there. You just have to check around in your local area, or even nationally, there's hotlines that you can speak to people with. And you'll be amazed of the friendships that comes from that.
Yes,
For the people that you'll meet that actually will help you and stay the longevity with you.
absolutely. I want to add on to that and just talk about the importance of just reaching out and making that one phone call. So we talked a
Yes.
lot today about some major things that happen in our lives, like, death of a loved one, even dealing with
Mhm.
that of, suicide and going through just the loss, those big grief things when you think of a
Mhm.
loss. And I know it's hard to reach out to to talk to anybody about your problems, but I just want to really stress the importance of just reaching out and making that one phone call and getting
Yes.
support that you need, because it's so important in our mental health. It's so serious. And I know we all feel like we can take on the world, but sometimes we can't. And when we can't, it's okay to lean. It's okay to
Yes.
lean. It's okay to
Yes.
find support. It's okay to call someone. It's okay to join a local support group. It is okay to just have someone to just listen to you. So I really want to push the importance of,
Yes.
utilizing our community resources and just reaching
Absolutely.
out and just talk to someone. And again, like us, reach out and check on your homie, check on your strong
Yes.
friend, quotation
Yes.
mark, your strong
The
friend.
quotation mark. That
Yes.
absolutely, I agree. That one phone call, it all starts with that. Absolutely. They have support groups and discussion groups that I need to explore more myself, make time to explore more. So yes, absolutely. I 100% agree.
Yes. Get out there, y'all. Make them phone
Mhm.
calls. I'm gonna add some more hotline things as well to the show notes, because I
Okay.
just feel a big push for mental health. So I just want to let y'all know, and you're listening to this, you don't know where to go. I'm gonna put some resources down there for you guys to
Yes,
definitely reach out and do.
the
So
help is
I'm
out there.
gonna switch a little bit because it's getting a little heavy. Getting a little heavy.
Yes, yes.
All right, girl. Let's talk about this show. Talk to me about your show. What we got going on Amazon Prime Video.
Well,
I
let
need
me
to hear
tell
some more
you.
about it. Come on now. Hype me up. Hype you up. What you got going on?
Oh man, Chiquita, where do I begin? It's like I went, and let me tell you, I want to start by saying this pushed me out my comfort zone. This show, this year, even though we're only about halfway through this year, it
Mhm.
has really pushed me out my comfort zone because even though I model, I'm kind of like reserved and a little bit more laid back when I'm not doing it. So it's pushing me to be more online, more in the face of people online. So it's a new experience for me. But all good things. It's but the show is called Miss Fashion Global Quest for the Crown. So in November of 2022, I went and participated in their competition in Destin, Florida, held every year. And I auditioned to be, part of the cast, not knowing that I would be one of the leading ladies chosen. My mind was blown. Do you see the smile on my face? It's huge because I just can't even believe it. But yeah, it's sold exclusively on Walmart, but many other websites. It's streaming now worldwide on Amazon Prime Video. You can also find it on Tubi, Crackle, Plex TV, you name it, it's out there.
Yes.
Uh, yes, it is really good, and they are now casting for season 2. I believe I'll get to be a part of that, so you guys stay tuned. There's many other things that I'm working on that I'm excited about. But that's my baby there. That's like one of the biggest things that I've done. Yes.
That is
Because once you make it to
awesome.
TV, it's like that's me on TV. Yeah.
Yes, that's you,
I'm
girl.
humbled by it though. I am humbled. I always tell myself to stay humble and just
Mhm.
stay focused.
I think that's important too. And you are very humble. Like, I can just feel your spirit. It's so sweet.
Thank you.
Very, very sweet. But I think that's such a big deal. Like, yes, you are on TV, you are definitely making your dreams come true. And like I said before, you're being an inspiration to someone else out there. So Give yourself that big
That
pat
pat on
on
the
the
back.
back.
And that's who I do it for that little girl, for that little boy that someone told, hey, you can't do it. You're too this or you're too that. Don't let anyone speak over your life. Only
Mhm.
God has that kind of power to say what's final in your life. So keep pushing, keep
Mhm.
persevering, try to do what's right. And I promise you, everything else will make its way together to work for you and you're good.
Absolutely. And keep having that conversation with fear. Okay.
Yes.
And win every time because
And when the
there's
time.
so many things like I go through the whole conversation and I've said this many times before, like I have a conversation with fear
Mhm.
every day. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God, I'm so scared. What am I doing? And then I do it anyway.
You do it, see? You're
Anyway,
powering through.
I'm like, I have to because I already know where I'm trying to go and where I'm going. And if I stop just because I'm scared, then I mean, it's not going to work like that. So we just got to
Yes.
push through it. But I do have the conversation. You better try and talk yourself out. Like, do I really want to do this? Am I feeling sick today? Do, do I have to go? Is there something I forgot to do? Okay, let me stop playing and get out here and do what I said I
So
was going to
true.
do.
So true. Because there's two other things that I'm working on, and they're something that I've had in mind a long time. I've been speaking about writing a book. I've never known to just where to start. I'm like, God, where do I start? And it's beginning to unfold for me. And also, I'm really big into skincare, so I've been taking classes off and on for it. So I'm looking forward to working more on that and getting that in stores.
Well, let me
So
know. Please keep me posted.
yes, yes.
Please.
So
Number one
all
customer.
good things, and I'm just believing and having faith for it to just all unfold. And like I say, my main thing is it working for my good and the good of others. Anything I step into, I'm like, how can this help someone?
Mhm.
Because it's not just about me.
But
Yes,
you're
it's my dream, but it can be so much more than just being selfish with it. How can it give back and pay it forward to someone else?
Yep, and you are definitely paying it forward. Your mission is shining through, so don't stop. Like everything that you're saying that you want to do, you're doing that and you are accomplishing that. So just keep pushing through, keep that mantra, girl, and just keep going.
Thank you. And same to you, because you're awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that so, so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience? Do you have anything going on right now you want to share?
Um, Look, those three things there are so big. I'm like, I'm focusing on that. I can hear my mom's voice now, like, don't bite off before you get you, just pace yourself. But
Yes.
yeah, I feel like it's so much going on. I'm spinning in circles, but in a good way. Like,
Mhm.
and I've been just saying, okay, you do this, you do that, and everything is in just steps, and it'll all come together, at one time. But yeah, there's more I want to do. I want to use my voice more to, like I say, inspire young people, especially, but anyone who falls under the sound of my voice, just inspire them to know whatever it is you want to do in your life. It may not be modeling or the beauty industry, fashion industry like me, but it may be starting a restaurant, writing a book, playing an instrument, whatever it is you feel that makes you tick, that makes the fire in you at night. Go for it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. You
Ab-
can. It's going to take some work. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but
Yep.
it's well worth it.
Absolutely. All right,
Mhm.
Mama, can you tell my audience where they can find you on your social media?
Oh, yes, girl. I am Sha-Abria Williams, the model, and I'm on Instagram at Sha-Abria. That's SHAABRIA underscore the underscore model official.
Yay! And I will have all that linked to the show notes. Mama, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the Beauty and You podcast, for being a part
Yes.
of my journey. And I know this is not our last time connecting. I feel it
No,
in my
not at
soul.
all.
Like, so yeah, like I am so happy that we got to connect.
Me too. Absolutely. My pleasure. You are a joy.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys. I will talk to you soon. Until next time.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Beauty and You podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Visit us at thechiquitamack.com or join us on Instagram at thechiquita Mack for your daily motivation and inspiration. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Until next time.